out as we get into game number 1. Please report Timber versus the side of Bruv123. Okay, based on what you saw from Bruv123 yesterday, it wasn't really a convincing showing, right? They were, I would say, slightly stubbornly sticking to their Doom first pick. It didn't really work out for them. Do you believe in what they have today? Do you believe that they can sort of take down this tie stack here?
I'm going to be honest with you, Sneeze. I honestly don't. I'm not a fan of this Doom hero in general. I think you're in a position where he is overloaded. You want to Doom Luna, you want to Doom Kunkka, you want to Doom Sand King, and you need to have a good lane on this Doom, or else you're going to fall into the trap, right? I need more items, I need more time, and then your team just doesn't have an aura builder.
I mean, there's the Chen, right? I guess that's what's supposed to alleviate
different
him from
auras, though.
Because the whole... I mean, the Chen can always pick and choose, right? That's the privilege of the Chen. The mech is nice to have, but even if you sort of start off with, let's say, a pipe, I think a pipe is definitely necessary this game. So I think the idea is going to be that Sei and the Doom have to divide and conquer a little bit. They can't just rely fully on one person, because it's just not going to be enough gold. Now, from what it looks like on this screen right now, it seems like Masaros has made a bit of a pivot, and Never Die is going to be the offlaner instead. So, color me surprised, interested to see what Masaros can get done here. I think for most of his competitive career, at least from what I'm aware of, he has been playing that offlane. So this is one of those surprising role swaps. I feel like we see a lot of players role swap from, I don't know, like any position to position 3. I don't remember the last time I remember offlaner going, yeah, I'll become a support now.
A 5 specifically too. Like, I can understand working around like playing a pause 4. It's a similar, same lane.
Yeah, that was
similar-ish play style. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, a little wonky, because I do think 5 is just played completely differently than anything you would want, even in the offlane. You know, 4 you can get a little greedy with it, but yeah, you're not going to play a greedy 5, especially in this meta.
Okay, so lanes. Let's talk about some of these matchups. We already covered the mid lane. I think it should be pretty even throughout. Melee versus Sand King should generally be okay for Sand King. Are we expecting any sort of early movements from these guys? Do you think the Sand King is going to try to gank, or is it just farm up until you get your first few items?
I think Bob might be the first hero to gank, unless you get a nice TP off on Fearless. Bob should be the one to leave with his Action Rune plus Rolling Thunder. You don't really need the Action Rune, but it'd be nice, right? You're not going to say no to it. But Bottle level 6 is really all Bob needs to make movements. Fearless is probably going to use that opportunity to continue to farm the mid lane as much as he can.
Is Fearless okay. I mean, he's playing fine line. I think he has the bottle coming out, so he's just trying to trade as much as possible, because he knew that the spells for Bob were on cooldown. And Bob should have his own bottle flying out and reaching very shortly. Yep, there's the courier bringing it over. So back to the sort of standard trading back and forth. Water rune secure 1-for-1. Nothing special there. Bob should be able to have a decent time, because after all, he did pick this Tango into the Sand King, right? So probably something that he's pretty confident about. Now top lane, some action happening. It seems like, oh, double shrapnel coming down. Okay, and it's just enough, it seems like, but Masaros was able to get the kill first on the sniper. So advantages, and Masaros actually dies to the neutral creep. So it's not even that the Doom gets the gold for that. Really, really cool play from the Clockwork. Not really sure how that happened, but probably just caught an angle on the sniper and caught him in the cogs.
Your level 2 Clockwork is pretty scary. Right, level 3 gets even worse when Battery Assault doubles in damage. Cogs gets pretty close to a double damage as well. It's quite a bit. And actually, Sars wasn't even level 2. He was only level 1 on the Clockwork. So it's literally, yeah, like you said, just a Cogs.
Yeah, and I was surprised, because I was taking a glance at the top lane, like, for momentarily while we were talking about the mid lane, and it seemed like Tsukimoto was doing a good job in terms of creating the distance and just keeping it like that, hit-shotting Masaros, because that's kind of what you need to do, right? You need to keep the Clockwork on low HP so he doesn't feel confident just man-moding on you like that. If he can walk up on you and set up so easily, it's going to be bad news, and your Doom's going to be left alone. I guess the only upside is that it seems like Seimei's having a decent time as well.
Yeah. I mean, Masaros has the perfect item for this, right? He got the Windlace, which means he is able to get on top of Sniper even through those headshots. Bottom lane not going too well for this Kunkka. Kunkka, Never Die, is not looking too hot right now.
Yeah, it's just actually when you think about this lane, the Brood Mother and the Chen, there isn't really much potential for action, right? Unless the Chen gets a crazy creep. But I think one whole mechanic that this lane embodies is just the healing difference, right? The sustain difference. Your necrotic webs are just slowing down any regen that your opponents might have, while the Chen naturally amplifies that for you, and the Brood Mother can rely so heavily on the insatiable hunger for that as well. There isn't really any way for them to pressure 4-2-3 and yeah, forcing the cookie out early, but that means Reaper doesn't have any means of escaping. So these two on the side of PlsReportTimber are just really suffering down here. I don't see any way they can stabilize or even make any moves. This is excellent for the Brood Mother.
No, it is absolutely wonderful, and it all comes down to the Satyr creep as well. Like I feel like a lot of Chens, as soon as those facets came out, they rejoiced that they got a Satyr level 1. Are you kidding me? Mana burn? Absolutely. Snapfire can't use her abilities, so how do you do anything in lane, right? You've gone full bore. You need to be able to use your Q to harass, get those range creeps, and help at least a little bit. Top lane, Luna.
Ooh, the shrapnel tries to turn around for a little bit of a loosened beam, but Seimei has the scorched earth and burns down the Luna. I mean, now with the level 3s and level 4s, it seems like side Bruv are starting to get a bit of an advantage now.
I mean, there is a big advantage, right? You look at the net worth, right? Look at the lanes. This is not going well right now for PlsReportTimber.
Yeah, honestly quite surprising because we thought this Clockwork would be a sufficient enough bodyguard for the Luna, but I guess just getting run down. The last Lucent Beam will find the sniper, so sticking around a bit too much and underestimating mating Masaros. But Masaros has to pay with his life for it. Doom is already level 5, and here comes a handy TP from Bob. Swashbuckle into a kill. Nice little setup. We were doubting Doom since yesterday, but Seimei, you know, he's gone back and he's reflected, and now he's showing up big time. This is, I feel like, the best lane performance we've seen from him so far.
Absolutely, and I just hope, I really do hope it extends to the game as well. I believe in Seimei, I don't believe in Doom. We'll see what happens here throughout the game, but getting to a good laning stage helps you not fall into that trap, because you just have so many items, so much.
Look at 4-2-3, he's being so annoying, but Never Die might just have been a bait. There are 4 members here to cut down the Brood Mother, and they kind of just appeared out of nowhere, huh? I guess Masaros just TP'd bot after his death, and a nice rotation from the Sand King, just mirroring Bob and his move to the top lane. So pretty even all throughout, but this has materialized into an early 2k gold lead for the side of the Radiant. Bruv here taking that advantage, and no surprises given how the lanes are going. I'll be honest, I didn't really expect the Bruv lanes to go so swimmingly.
Yeah, I mean, the Brood Chen lane is the biggest surprise to me. I kind of felt like they would just do nothing and get clicked down by anyone, whether it be the Kunkka or the Snapfire.
And it's like the opposite, right? Where the Brood is the one clicking them down instead. And 4-2-3, he's just back on it. He's like, yeah, okay, I don't give a shit. I'm still gonna do the same thing. How dare you try and pull creeps? Oh, Rolling Thunder not even needed. The Haste Rune allows Bob to connect very, very quickly. And I mean, this Kunkka has been trying to do the same pull creep move for like, what, 1.5 minutes now, so it's quite telegraphed. Oh, Bob, is he actually gonna go for this? For the Wisdom? You're kidding. This is huge for Bruv. Gonna snatch it away. I don't think this is gonna warrant a kill attempt on Reaper unless he decides to stay around and try and get that Watcher. That is incredibly greedy, and that is gonna be a double whammy for Bob.
Yikes. And now you're probably going to end up losing this tier 1 tower bottom as well. Kunkka's going to make his way down here, but there's 3 heroes waiting in the wings for him.
Oh, still level 4 on the Kunkka. This is painful, painful stuff. You need to get tanky, you need to get those bracers and the key items for the Kunkka to really feel effective, but the Brood Mother's just overwhelming him for now. The Torrent down could present an opening, and that's why he's staying so far back. But yeah, this is looking like a very early tower that Never Die can just do nothing about. And this opens up the triangle as well, which is scary because that's where the Luna wants to farm, and it's gonna start getting occupied by 4-2-3.
Yeah, this is one of those scenarios where, you know, taking the safe lane tier 1 tower is always the better option. But taking this offlane tower very early is also incredibly good. We're in a weird situation where it's almost like this mid lane tower is the least valuable. Because like you said, opening up this triangle is huge. You get these stacks all of a sudden. You know, it's kind of hard to take. You're going to have to bring in probably the whole team, but still, take away the Luna stacks, take away where Luna wants to farm, have Doom farm the strip instead.
Oh, Blink.
Epicenter in.
In from Fearless. Oh, they're just able to catch Bob on the swashbuckle away. Too much AoE damage. That's the reveal from Fearless. He skipped everything else just to rush that Blink and gets it at an absurd timing too. We didn't even caught us by surprise. I didn't even see that one coming. But that's a much needed kill because you need to defend that mid tower. I know you were saying it might not be as important, but I feel like it just opens up so many pathways for the Brute Mother and the Pango especially to play.
Oh, it's definitely important. I would make an argument to say it's probably the least important out of the three this game. Which is, you know, just a little wonky. That's not usually how it works in Dota. Bob, he's not going to let that dissuade him though. Right back into the mid lane. And he's working on a Blink Dagger as well, which he's going to get at a pretty decent timing considering he has Mana Boots bottle plus the Blightstone and full wand. So a little bit more gold on the Pangolier. But he's limited on what he can do now. He only has the Rolling Thunder and no real other way of initiating other than, you know, the whole roll at them strategy.
Midas picked up by Seimei now, so he's going to start ramping up. Top of the net worth by a full 1k over the 4-2-3 Brute Mother, who's been having an amazing time already. Looks like mid tower is going to go down. They finally managed to get that one down. And the Sand King, you know, he's gotten his Blink Dagger, and I'm fully expecting more moves from him because they are very aggressively moving at the moment. Oh, okay. TNT trying to jump away, but it's just too easy. We were worried that the side of Bruv would not have enough lockdown, but it doesn't really matter at this early stage of the game when they can just run at you. And the map is... It's weird because you still have these towers up, but your space on it... Look at the position of where PlsReportTimber are on the map. They're forced to farm so far back just because they're being herded like sheep.
Literally everyone on the side of Dire are currently behind or near a tier 2 tower. And that is... And still not completely safe. Just step out a little bit too far. Tsukimoto and Bob will be waiting for you.
Okay. Blink Dagger flying out for Bob now. Has an Arcane Rune, so this is his time to make things happen for sure. Now, Never Die has finally hit that level 6. That is a really, really painfully slow timing for him. But it looks like, bruv, they're just happy to continue occupying this area and limiting the space on the map that PlsReportTimber can farm. The Doom, Seimei has just been occupying the entire top lane by himself. They have their eyes on Never Die. Here comes the Rolling Thunder. Blink in. Not much that Rutanka can do about this, unfortunately. And no save coming soon enough. Fearless, his blink is going to get cancelled by a nice Hellbear Smasher clap. Really heads up play coming out from Sei. They are looking at the Sand King now. Gonna get shot, but nice Barrel Strike away to create the distance. But he'll be fine. But a 6k gold lead, they are continuing to pressure. Relentless here, bruv.
And it looks like they made an attempt on Seimei's life top with the hookshot too, and that amounts to absolutely nothing, unfortunately.
He's so tanky, dude. He's like 1.7k HP. I feel like the only reason you ever kill him is if you somehow isolate him away from any tower, any creeps, and you full eclipse him and hookshot and full battery assault, right? Like that's the only way.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. It is a hard kill,
as well. Maybe the eclipse.
Maybe you don't even
the
do
eclipse
it
ain't
now.
even gonna do it. Yeah, like I mean, wait, okay, how many levels in Lucent Beam? Okay, it's maxed, so there is still a chance, I think. But, you know, that's the ideal world situation. They are going to try and flush this Brute Mother out now. Fearless smoked out, looking for an angle. 4-2-3 in the trees, though. The smoke's going to break. And even with the Rocket Flare giving the vision, I don't think this is a safe attempt for them to make. They're just being surrounded by spiders. Look at Seimei, he's joined the fray. Dude, with this pipe now, with all the Brute Mother, little spiderlings, the summons from the Chen, it's gonna get overwhelming. The mech complete and Hand of God as well. This is insane levels of sustain.
I don't wanna scare you, Sneeze. I know you get afraid easily by big numbers, but there's currently a 7k lead, 13 minutes in. And that's a whole hero of a difference, right? You can play this 4v5 and still be even on net worth.
Yikes, and Never Die. It's a bit of a unfortunate naming convention he has for himself because he has done nothing other than die this game. It's tough luck. Now, they initially smoked out to try and catch this Luna. The Wild Wings will still scout. And with them appearing right in front of her, she knows she's in big trouble. The Whirlwind could get her in a really bad spot. Trying to TP out now, but the second Whirlwind into the Storm played perfectly by the Chen. Come on. Sad. Ooh. I know he's feeling that for sure. Please report Timber. They are crumbling here. It's a 9-4 kill score, but I feel like the lead is so... yeah, okay. Fearless, he's just gonna get run down here. There's no way for him to escape. Division from the Shrapnel. Assassinate. Bam. Dead bug. Tsukimoto claims the kill. All across the map. Members of Please Report Timber just being exterminated, swatted down like flies. This is a really, really bad look for them.
Dire's top tower.
You know, we saw Seimei do exactly that yesterday. Just hold on a minute, Bob. He's getting wrapped around mid, but I don't know if you still get this kill.
They'll try. They have the hook shot, but he manages to get out of the boat. Still a mech available, and the healing coming through. Bob, he will just be able to swash up to the high ground. Sei is absolutely everywhere here, and TNT tries for a just back away scatter blast, but it's not going to be nearly enough damage. Just way too low level on these Please Report Timber heroes. They can't even do anything. I mean, that was supposed to be an initial aggressive attempt from Please Report Timber. Here comes Bob.
Awkward. We won't talk about it. Avert your eyes.
No. Look. He just miscalculated. The verticals are a little bit tough sometimes. Clockwork, you know, he's the short king, right? You jump a little bit too high, you miss him entirely. It's tough.
Yeah.
He's like
he's
like Neo from the Matrix. Yeah, he's like Neo from the Matrix, except he didn't even need to like bend backwards. He just naturally is that height.
Yeah, he just kind of looked up, if anything, and was like, oh, hey. Oh, man. But, yeah, as I was going to say, we saw Seimei do something very similar bottom yesterday against WS. And it amounted to nothing because no one else teleported in. This time around, they're so far ahead, they just need a little bit of a +1. And that sort of Doom play, that aggressive Doom play, still can work out. You just, you know, you can't do it by yourself. This is a team game after all.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing for me from Bruv today is how they are controlling the map and spreading themselves across it, right? It seems to be distributed perfectly. They are never sort of missing efficiency despite them making aggressive moves. They're moving in these gang squads where, you know, I feel like if you put these heroes together on paper, you're not really assuming that they're going to run around in the way that Bruv are making it work. Ooh, nice little spiderling harvest there for Fearless. I mean, he's still quite far away from his next item. Yules, okay, the Yules is complete. I didn't see it on the courier, but that is very important for him to buy some time. Well, they are circling around. Please report Timber now. Catching sight of Never Die, and... Oh, the Xbox cancelling the Rolling Thunder for now, but I mean, there's no way he TPs out this one, especially not with the Centaur chasing him. They're even gonna whirlwind the Centaur forward. Very cute attempt there. I'm sure he knew he was dead. There's no hope here. Just very slow death. We have kiting. Turn around, kill a couple of creeps while he's at it. Meanwhile, Tsukimoto and +1 killing off Fearless in the mid lane. This is looking like a massacre here. 423 already has that BKB complete. Like, this is disgusting.
This isn't even like a naked, like, disassemble Echo for BKB. This is Echo and BKB fully assembled, both of them.
Yeah. Let's try on the TP out, I guess. I mean, shit, I don't know how that was ever gonna work. I guess just try to buy some more time. And that's all really, that's all Please Report Timber really can do, right? The entire time, Gengi is farming up on the Luna. It is nowhere near the heights that the Doom and the Brute Mother are reaching, but at the very least, the Luna's kinda keeping up. I don't even know whether it's gonna amount to anything, but that's something, isn't it?
It certainly is something. It is a thing, but may I divert your attention to the net worth of Kunkka. And he's been down here for a hot minute. This isn't even news.
This guy
is not fun.
Yeah.
You're double bracered up on a Tuesday, and that's all you have to offer.
Yeah. I feel like if this was a support, it'd make a lot more sense, but the fact that he is in off lane and he just got dealt with so nicely. Oh. This is part of the game where, you know, he manages to TP
He's
out.
still dead.
I still think he's gonna tick down though.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the difference
you
the
see
one
that?
bracer will make.
Okay. They're gonna try and turn things around, but there's a pipe, there's a Chen, there's all the auras in the world, and a rolling thunder coming crashing through. Bruv, they are not bothered by this at all. Seimei might just be able to walk his way out of this one, but just way too much magic damage between the 4 heroes. But here comes Bruv, ready to punish. They are just going to eat up the remaining members of Please Report Timber. And TNT, where you going, baby? Tsukumoto there to cut him off. When have you ever seen a flanking sniper? That's terrifying, and that's a 3-for-1 exchange. I mean, technically, if you count Masaros' death to the Doom in the initial part of that fight, a 4-for-1, which, you know, funnily enough, I think is a decent trade for Please Report Timber.
Yeah, actually. I mean, if Fearless dies here, it's gonna be bad, but maybe instead he gets Bob?
Bob? Bob?
Okay.
Yeah, the XD, that is not supposed to happen, Bob. Bro, that's, yeah. I think he knows as well. That was a little boo-boo. If the game wasn't already so lopsided, I think, yeah, solo kill. That's a lot of EXP and gold, man.
It is.
But, yeah, it's not gonna stop the onslaught of Bruv here, jumping on to never die, keeping the Kunkka as a support. Now, I Will Destroy You is dropping very low, though. Seimei needs to be careful. And the BKB pop from 423 as well. They will show that respect and back up, because Fearless, with that kill alone, he's gotten the Veil. And this Sand King, we know it to be a problem, right? We saw the initial parts of the draft. The Doom picked into the Sand King. It hasn't really materialized in that matchup yet. But it might reach a point where they just have to Doom the Sand King, because he's starting to ramp up.
He's starting to become a problem. Absolutely. And, you know, this is the Bob I kind of expected. The all chatting, right? The tips, the showboating, as some would call it. He's feeling very confident, and confidence is key in Dota right now, especially when, you know, teams are so close. Meta's been figured out. Fearless, oh Jesus. If Seimei had Scorched Earth up, that might have gone differently. I don't know if Fearless would have been able to blink away out of that one.
Oh, and did you see that for a moment? Fearless was considering channeling the FP and just flying in there, but into all those auras, I don't know whether it would have actually been possible.
It would have amounted to absolutely nothing.
The Crimson Guard being worked on by the Doom. Looks like he's trying to chase down Masaros in the top lane, but I don't think that's going to amount to anything. It's just a little bit
as
of
long
an
as you don't
awkward,
doom
okay, well,
just don't doom him.
Yeah, the Luna's actually coming over. This might be a bit okay. Well, Seimei's doomed him. Seimei is doomed.
He did.
That okay. Look, 15k gold lead. Bruv are at an astronomical lead, but they need to sort of not give away such high value kills, right? Because Seimei is rich as shit. So is Bob. You know, these can really start to add up. But I guess it doesn't matter for now when you're just really, like what you said, showboating a little bit on the side of Bruv.
I honestly think that Bruv have the tools to close out this game. Roshan's up, but they don't even need it. They don't even want it. They're going in without it.
Yeah, BKB pop by 423. That's all he really needs against the Sand King, realistically. And now with the Rolling Thunder in as well, as long as they can kill off Fearless, that the bulk of their problem's gone. The Luna's gonna TP in now. Eclipse is not available because it was used to kill the Doom, which means the Luna just doesn't have enough damage to stand up. He might be one level higher than 423 right now, but the rest of his team is dead, and he will be soon enough. Fearless forced to buy back, and they won't overchase here. The Manta able to shrug off the Gleipnir. Fearless back into the fray, trying to stand his ground and help Please Report Timber, but this might just be a dieback. Fearless has no friends. Fearless maybe should have been scared a little bit because he just calls GG after that. He knows it's over. That was not a very inspiring showing from Please Report Timber, but bruv, this is looking like a very different team from yesterday. They came in with a solid plan, came in with an idea with the draft. They were happy to give over some meta heroes to their opponents, but it still ends up in their victory in this game number 1.
And at the end of the day, there wasn't really just Bruv getting a cool...
And you're not going to have that same level of farm priority, right? So I kind of get where that's coming from. I think the offlane Wind Ranger's job in this game is literally just to survive that death lane of the Marcy and the Shadow Fiend. and then once you're in sort of the rest of the game, you're maybe just trying to focus fire down one of the supports to start the fight, stuff like that.
Sneeze, do you do the whole like alt right click thing on your abilities? You know what I'm talking about? So like,
what
you know when you hover
mean?
over an ability, you can see the cast range?
Yeah.
If you alt right click on the ability, it stays on your screen.
Right.
So
I mean,
people do it with
I remember
SF
that
raisins.
being right. Okay, just to sort of see where.
Yeah, I was curious if you did it, because I know a lot of SF players do it. I do it on Clockwork specifically as well. It's incredibly useful tech. That no, for cogs actually.
Oh,
because it shows the pull range of cogs around you. So if they're anywhere on the line or closer to you, you will pull them into center of cogs. Really cool tech. Really cool tech. A lot of people
everyone
don't know
take
about
notes right now. Yo, take notes. This is gonna help you
well.
aim your
I'm
spells
very
better.
proud
You're not
of
gonna get any tips or flames from your opponents. But yeah, I didn't know about that. I will be using that technology in my pubs now. Seimei and Tsukimoto, trying to get funny with it. But there's always going to be a win run to help Seimei get out. I say that, but it runs out. And yep, this is the combination that you mentioned. Not even really needing the rebound yet. Dispose gets it done. Puts Seimei in the trash. Where all offlane Wind Rangers belong. Change my mind.
I can't. I don't think I can, and I don't want to either. I think you're absolutely right on that.
Yeah.
I've seen Seimei
I think we're in the same boat.
Nothing too many times. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not a good time. Maybe this is time for Never Die to really show us what he's about as we get off into game number 2 here. Now, just a recap for everybody just watching. We are spectating Bruv versus PlsReportTimber. And Bruv were able to very handily take game number 1 off of just laning stage supremacy in a very... I won't say unorthodox draft, but it's definitely a Bruv draft, right? With the Brute Mother on 4-2-3 and Bob going pretty crazy on the Pango. We'll see whether he's able to replicate that same level of result with his Kanka this time round up against the Dragon Knight.
Oh, we almost saw that combo in fruition. Sad sort of pumped the raise, but Masaros is doing so much in this lane just by himself. Lane will bounce back, which will favor Tsukimoto and Seimei a little bit. You're gonna have to pull that lane if you want to sort of recover it, but Seimei is 2 CS to his name right now. He's getting denied by these range creeps as well. Sad, can't get the other one, unfortunately.
Oh.
You have to keep your distance.
Bro, I felt a little tremble in my nether regions there, I'm not gonna lie. That's scary shit, right? And now they're just... Yeah, they can just afford to play so aggressive because they know Tsukimoto's onto some shenanigans. Masaros is just gonna start punching him. Because realistically, there's no way Masaros dies here. So it's just causing more time for the win to be away from the creep wave. Tsukimoto trying to be funny with it, pulling the creeps. They're gonna try and connect it. There we go, perfectly played. That's the exact response you need to have when you're up against a Monkey King and his shenanigans. And now the lane is in this very awkward position where, you know, Seimei, come a bit too close, you're gonna get thrown back. Yeah, it's literally only a matter of time. Masaro's just gonna punch him down, waiting for the raises to come up, and that's the combo you're talking about. And I think you might be reaching a point in 1 or 2 more deaths where Tsukimoto might have to sort of take the position as the core instead. You're gonna end up with a bit of a never die Kanka situation from last game.
Yeah, it is not looking good when your 4 has the same amount of last hits as your offlaner. And Seimei is also a Wind, specifically. It's a hero that kind of needs levels, right? Like, you're not doing anything without your level 6, and anything before that still feels bad, too.
Yeah, I mean, Tsukimoto's doing his best to just body. They get the kill on the SF, and it might not even get Tsukimoto to jump away. Are you kidding? At least grabs the Lotus on Masaros, but self-jump. Oh, it's perfect. That's all you could ask for from your Monkey King, and he gets it done. Those are some huge recovery kills for Seimei.
Interesting that Seimei goes for Glove of Haste here. I would argue that you probably want another Bracer, if not getting that, just like boots instead. Curious to see what the potential thought is there. Maybe just more clicks equals more good, but
Radiant's courier
I think
has been
survivability is
isn't
the
it
name of
just
the
that
game this
he's-
lane.
I thought it was just because he's attacking so slowly that he's being denied on every single creep by Sad. I've seen like the SF just be able to wind up his attacks way faster than Seimei can. Now, okay, every time Tsukimoto jumps in, I'm like thinking, okay, are they going to try and go? Are they going to try and power shot slow? But the damage still pretty limited from the Radiant side. Oh, bruv. Tsukimoto is really making it work on this Monkey King. It wasn't looking too good for his Wind Ranger, but meanwhile, bot lane. Seems like Sei and 423 were able to get a kill on the Lion, who was just caught out of position.
And Tsukimoto is the most interesting hero. I think this entire game is going to be this Monkey King. The vision is going to be so important. Like that's the biggest thing about the Monkey King, in my opinion, is the vision that you can get. It just provides so much information for your team, right? It's kind of like an off-brand Treant Protector in that way.
Yeah. Still using the trees in some degree. Set. Oh, the setup. Too much magic damage. They can't get the razors out in time. He can't close the distance. And now Masaros might just get run down. I don't think they have enough slows though. So he'll be fine, able to wave them goodbye. But the SF, this combo is supposed to look a lot more effective and deadly. Sure, Seimei tanked a couple of deaths early on, but now the level 3, level 4 and the power shot doing meaningful damage, they're starting to run this lane.
I think you really needed to commit there for the raises. Right? I don't think you can screw around with these right clicks. I know Windrunner was down, and I know you do a lot of damage on the SF, but Marcy was already, you know, like half HP by the time that started, because you spent so long body blocking the wind. And just, yeah. Scary situation now all of a sudden for PlsReportTimber in this top lane, where Wind is catching up, and Mars is falling behind. Sei's here too.
Yeah, coming through the twin gates for a gank. Just really putting Sad in a rough spot every single time. He wants to wind up the razors. Tsukimoto's there with a boundless strike. Yes, the Wind Ranger goes down first, which is unfortunate, but still, they are getting a huge advantage on this SF. The upside is that Sad can still go back into the jungle and farm up quite a storm, but seems like all across the map, again, Bruv are the ones getting a decent advantage, up to a 2k gold lead already.
I would like your opinion on something, Sneeze, because I think you know mid lane matchups a lot more than I do, and my knowledge about this mid matchup is a little bit too old for to have a strong opinion on it. Should Kunkka be doing this well into Dragon Knight?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
just like
think Dragon Knight really...
trades, like...
Yeah, like you max out, what, you max out your Tidebringer and then you're just clearing waves way faster than the Dragon Knight can.
Yeah,
I think that's
without
kind of my perspective,
fire.
and yeah, I think it's just, it feels like at the early stage of the game, the Dragon Knight is like a budget Kunkka in a way, and like of course the Fire Dragon facet helps you farm a lot faster, all things considered, when you're just hitting jungle camps or stacks and stuff like that. But in a 1-to-1, I think it's just at the moment. You got to keep in mind as well that this is one of the Bob Siggies, right? He's really good on this Kunkka. Even before it was a meta hero. It's still maintaining 3 members up here in this top lane. So much magic damage with the power shot and the primal spring, but this time it's the monkey to be caught out under the tower, tossed back, and Sad there to claim with the magic damage first. Fearless is TP'd in as well. The last race doesn't connect before Masaros goes down, and they're trying to find the last auto attack, but Tsukimoto manages to slip away. Here comes 423 through the twin gates as well. Bob has TP'd in, and the boat crashes straight on top of the Dragon Knight, claiming the SF. Power shot through onto 2, and this is a massacre. Bruv, they materialize out of thin air and crush their opponents here in this top lane.
Was that a damn Pavis on the Monkey King?
Radiant's bottom
Like,
tower.
Yeah,
What?
he's ridiculously farmed.
Dire's top tower is under
What?
He's bro, this guy is 2-0 and 5. He's rushed it over like every other item. If
He's like
Bruv win
the
this game,
lowest net worth
Tsukimoto
on
is like
his
the undisputed MVP for sure.
That's so cool. Like, lowest net worth on your team, walking around, no boots, no other items, just a Pavis. That
Dire's
is
top tower is under attack.
something that you're only going to see in professional games. Now full wand and everything else to boot. You don't need boots on this hero, right? Look how fast Sugimoto's jumping around. Who cares? Mana boots would be nice for the team, but Sugimoto's playing for himself right now.
Yeah, I mean, you already have mana boots on Sei, right? So it's like, you know, I think we've reached a age in this meta where, funnily enough, both supports building Solar Quest isn't even that bad. So we might still see it come out from the Naga. But, I mean, it's pretty good this game against the physical damage that they have between the Dragon Knight as well as the SF. For now, though, 11-3, a very big gold lead at this time of the game. 5k already. The Razors just had a complete free old time here in the bot lane. Seems like the Mars wasn't able to pressure him at all with how dominant him and the Naga have been doing. Now Bob with the TP in, looking for an angle. Sugimoto giving them the forward vision. TNT's got to see a monkey jumping around. The pings come out, but it's a bit too late. Got the ensnare, the pullback, and Bob there with the setup. And Arena comes out locking down 3 though, but it's not going to do anything to save Never Die. The question is whether they have enough damage. 4-2-3 took a little bit longer to connect here. Gotta start the link out a bit late. Never Die is still tanky. Need 1 or 2 more auto attacks. They will get it done. But this is a very awkward position now for Bruv. They are straddled in between the tier 1 and tier 2. And TNT is trying to come through and help his team out. But the X-Marks pull him back and slice down. Requiem gonna cause them to have to flee though. Bob now dropping low. So this is so awkward. They are just picking and pulling Please Report Timber apart. And this is, you know, with the Mars and the Lion already gone, a bit of the lack of lockdown coming into play here. Sugimoto with a nice Primal Spring just to slow down the advance. And Please Report Timber can find nothing else.
Man, seeing Sugimoto play like this makes me want to play Monkey King. Bob, what you doing
Still
there?
gonna try though, not expecting the advance. Sugimoto jumping back up. The entire side of Bruv still gonna come through again though. TPing back in. There's Seimei punching down onto Masaros. And now, yeah, it's just a slow pull in. This extended fight, there's no way that the side of... I don't think Please Report Timber were ever gonna win this. I mean, they're just way too low level right now. Sugimoto keeps on lining up these 2-man boundless strikes. And finally, it feels like the fight is gonna subside as they run out of tools to keep them in place.
There was a world where that fight extended, I think. If Seimei had a little bit more mana, you could still Song of the Siren engage, but you're gonna be lucky you still have it, so you're gonna need to disengage here.
Disengage, right? I mean, with these two teams, I feel like I never know at this point.
Yeah.
Could have kept it going. But with all the TPs coming back, it feels like the full attention of both rosters have just been situated in this bot lane. Finally, Bob is away. And I feel like a fight, you know, Bruv has shown that they are able to fight in different sort of units of amount of units, but I feel like Bob is a big component as to them winning, especially with the boat. Now, the question is whether they're going to come down and try and defend this bot tower, because there are 4 members and only Sugimoto there. Looks like they just have to give this one.
I think it's fair. It's, what, 12 minutes into the game? That tower has no right standing at this point. That is the tower to push before 10 minutes. Get it a little bit later, that's okay. It's still dead. That's probably the best news that Please Report Timber have had in a while.
Focus Fire Fearless, but just with a Javelin, I'm not sure whether it's enough damage. This is a very tanky Dragon Knight, but you got to set up a Bob, it's going to be enough. Seimei is dominating on that Wind Ranger, making me eat my words a little bit on this pick.
I mean, you can still think Wind Ranger's a trash offlaner and still praise the player for performing well on the hero despite having a rough first few lanes. Or waves, rather.
Yeah, I'm gonna give credit to Sugimoto on his success. I'm not gonna lie, like, that monkey went
fair.
a little bit sicko mode.
Yeah, absolutely. Sugimoto was the real MVP of that lane, for sure. Solar Crest complete on this Monkey King now as well. It's 13 minutes, damn it.
Yeah. Unleash out. Seimei ends up going down a bit too deep at the tier 2 tower, thinking that Bob could come in and help. There's still X-Marks watching Reaper, but he needs one last little... Okay, Boundless Strike is there. Sugimoto there to claim it. And Bob with the Blade Mail, very tanky. but doesn't have much help anymore. Song of the Siren still on cooldown, which means the Kunkka is very slowly gonna get worked down. Very slowly gonna get worked down.
He has bow in 3 seconds. He can turn.
Very slowly gonna get... Guys, are you getting the... Hello? How does he just walk out like... oh my... Guys, anyone gonna kill this Kunkka or just... Okay, they're TPing in now. No way. Okay, finger up there, finally. I underestimated how slow it would be for him to get worked down, but on the flip side of the map, Requiem forced out, surrounded on all fronts. Sad is gonna at least try and get a return kill, but unsuccessful as he will fall with his tier 1 tower.
And Tsukimoto gets the Wisdom Rune. That is a big double whammy there.
Middle tower has fallen.
Man. I mean, you get the Kunkka eventually, but it came at a pretty costly maneuver, right? You use your arena, you use your finger, you waste like 35 seconds chasing a damn Kunkka afterwards. You really need to start getting.
Hey, first finger kill of the game though.
PlsReportTimber. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But you know, you'd like a little bit more. Blink Dagger complete onto Fearless. Hopefully they can get something now and start things moving around.
Looking at Tsukimoto, not Tsukimoto, Seimei here. Supposed to be an easy finish. Disabling through the win run. That will be a kill that TNT grabs. I think, you know, you maybe could have handed it over to one of the cores, but fair game. I think everybody needs the gold at this point. Taking a look at the net worth, it's no surprise to see all the cores of Bruv doing very well for themselves here. Heads and shoulders above their opposition. But I think this is where we were talking about the SF pick being one that can farm up pretty quick, right? As long as he has the space, he should be able to catch up as he's already doing so.
Yeah, SF is gonna have to put in a lot of work this game, though, Sneeze. I would assume that we're going for some sort of, you know, physical damage SF. I really don't think magic damage SF is in anymore. We are going for a first item Mules on Never Die, which is going to be a sort of nice setup for any potential Requiem plays. But also, I mean, it's Yules against Kunkka, right? Of course it's good.
Yeah, Yules against Kunkka, Yules against the net as well, just to really buy his team some time, because so far they've just been being swamped completely. I think worth noting as well that Fearless, he's kind of gone, even though he does have that Fire Dragon passive, we keep talking about it, but the first item Blink is definitely going to slow him down a little bit. TNT will get picked off in this mid lane. It's just the sheer amount of vision that Tsukimoto and Sei are giving in tandem, right? You got the flying vision from the Monkey King just jumping around, and you just got Naga Illusion scouting everything. It's really hard to stay out alone on the map. And Bob, he's on the hunt as well. Knows there's someone back here. The pings come out though. Never Die is aware that he's being hunted and he's heading in the opposite direction.
Can you really hide from Tsukimoto?
Oh! Oh! Nighttime vision! Nighttime vision saving him there.
And now he could potentially set up here. Maybe an arena? The team is converging.
The ping's coming out. They're setting up onto the Dragon Knight now. And it looks like they should be able to get him. Masaros is here though. And I think Masaros can actually help him out. Yeah, nice little dispose. I'm not really sure whether that gets Fearless out because there is an X mark on his head. Bam. There you go. It is honestly so refreshing to see how fast Bruv are just all making the call to TP in, right? They are executing these moves with no hesitation, and you love to see that because that means someone in the team is making these executive decisions and everybody else is just going along with it, and that's allowing them this singularity in terms of what they're doing.
Trust goes a long way in a Dota team, and you're right, you love to see it every single time. Trust and faith in your teammates never die. He's fine, surely, right?
Yes, TNT backing him up, but 423 is looking a little hungry. Oh, they hex the little fish. You ever see a fish climb a tree, crash? Well, usually it's a sign of your demise, at least if your name is Never Die. He's gonna go down. Ooh, Balance Strike a little bit off the mark, but he has a shard out of nowhere. I don't know whether he purchased that for himself. Still not gonna help Fearless's case though, as he gets pounded upon relentlessly. Was it an attempted aggressive move onto Bob? He is full. His ass is full HP. I think you might be the one getting aggressed upon. They wind up the Requiem
Attack.
just for the TP back. Ooh, Tsukimoto.
Oh,
Good try. It must have been on cooldown or something. I think he just TP'd it. Or maybe he just jumped all the way over. Who knows? Simeon's stride is busted as hell. Look at this shit. Look at this. Look at this. This is ridiculous. You're not the king of the jungle. Oh, Lion. Poor little boy. Just gonna get sniped from a distance. That was cruel.
No way.
Tsukimoto's soloing. Dude, you're a... I have no words. I'm just watching this happen. Like, I'm just watching this happen. There's no way.
They missed the tree.
What is happening? What is happening?
I mean, it's exactly like you said, Sneeze. Simeon's stride is busted. Simeon's stride is broken. Please fix.
No. Also, I kind of feel like PlsReportTimber are getting bamboozled a little bit, right? Simeon's stride is pretty powerful. Don't get me wrong, but they just haven't been able to find this Monkey King at all. You know, in a lineup with a Mars and a Lion, you think, even a Marcy, you think, you know, you have a decent idea of where the Monkey is, you jump towards his area, throw a spear, open arena, something like that, but that's just not been the case. Tsukimoto's been playing flawless. Now a smoke out. There's the Hex, onto Seimei, but the song, they didn't see Sei! They didn't see Sei! And it looks like Seimei wants to turn around on them. The bolt, the combo, it's perfect. The arena walls will keep the core safe for now. Masaro's dropping low, Fearless getting hammered away upon by the BKB Seimei Wind Ranger. But this guy stands no chance. The Boundless Strike onto 2. Requiem not even available to scare them away. And this Sei Naga will be the only casualty while it becomes a full team wipe. Never die. Yeah, he's just gonna get control of the Marcy. Tsukimoto just out-muscles him. Oh my goodness, that was carnage.
GG.
GG, it's done. It's done, they're out. Oh my goodness. They're out,
man,
it's gone.
So demoralizing. That is so demoralizing for them. So unfortunate, but Bruv, I mean, this is kind of what I expected from a team that have stuck around for a little bit together now, right?